Hello everyone, I'm Deja. Today I'm going to be showing you my wash day routine and also how I detangle and stretch my hair. And I'm starting out on an old puffball / mini twist style. For my products, I'm going to be using the Cream of Nature Moisture and Shine Shampoo as well as their Pure Luscious Co-Wash. For detangling purposes, I'm going to be using the Cream of Nature Oil Moisturizer, the Curls Blueberry Twist and Shout Cream, and also the Lotta Body Moisturize Me Curl and Style Milk. I also will be using coconut oil, virgin coconut oil. I also have African shea butter, hair ties, rubber bands, and a white tooth comb, as well as a spray bottle filled with just water. So in this video here, I'm just going to be showing you how I apply the shampoo. I do this twice. I try to get the shampoo only on my roots and not my ends. Shampoo has the tendency to dry out your hair, so it's mainly I mainly use it to clean my roots. If you want to do it on your ends, you can do it on the ends of your hair as well. But I just scrub my roots really good, try to get that all clean, and I repeat this process twice. I try to get every inch of my scalp saturated with the shampoo, and if it gets on my ends, it's okay. It's just a little bit. It's not completely drenched or completely saturated in the shampoo. So after I shampooed my hair twice, I rinsed it out, and in this video I'm applying some of the conditioner. I apply that generously throughout my entire head, on my roots and on my ends, but primarily on my ends because I want them to be well coated so that my hair can be really hydrated. Now I'm just gonna section off my hair into 4 big sections and then use a hair tie to make them into little buns. Now that I have all my sections, I'm going to start working section by section and taking the small piece out of the ponytail, and then, working a comb through it, detangling that section using only conditioner and water. If I run into like a big knot or something that I can't get out, then I'll just use extra water, and then if I still can't get it out, I'll add conditioner to it, all the way up until I get throughout my entire head. And as I get a decent size chunk of the section done, I'll twist that up into a 2-strand twist. I will also add water just throughout my hair in general, just as I work throughout my head, just because it'll start to dry up, and when it dries, it's not gonna be as easy to work the product through and also to detangle it. And as you can see, when I detangle this section, I add a little water, a little product if needed, and then I'll start at the ends of my hair first, working my way up slowly but gradually, just until I can get all the way up to my root, just so that I'm not starting at the root and then yanking all of my hair that's tangled at the bottom out. So now that I'm done detangling that section, I'm going to go ahead and put it into a 2-strand twist so that the hair can stay detangled and not get in the way of me doing the rest of my hair. So here I'm just going to show you again. I'm taking out a small piece out of the section. I'm going to add a little water just so that it's damp, and then I'm going to add some more product so that it's saturated and the comb moves through easily. And then I'm going to take the comb starting at the ends of the hair and working my way up into the root. And then when it's fully detangled, I'm just going to take it and put it into a 2-strand twist. The other half of my head off of camera, putting in the conditioner and detangling that side of my head and twisting it all up. This is what it looks like as a final product. Now what I'm going to start to do is unravel each 2-strand twist. Now that everything is untwisted, I'm going to take some more of the conditioner and apply it throughout my entire head. Then I'm going to slick my hair back into a ponytail. I'm not gonna wrap the ponytail, more than once. I'm just gonna kind of like just place it up there once so that it's really loose and it doesn't yank my hair, because it is wet and it is, very fragile right now. So I'm going to put it in the ponytail, and then I'm going to put on a shower cap and let that sit for about 30-45 minutes to an hour. So I let that sit in my head for about 45 minutes, and now I'm going to rinse it out. Now the way I rinse out my conditioner is I don't scrub or agitate my head, especially not after I just spend all that time detangling my hair. So when I get in the shower, I'm just gonna basically, the simplest way I can put it is, if you get in the shower and you put your head under the shower head and you just let the water like rain down on top of your head, that's how I'm going to rinse out my conditioner, because I don't want to mess up all of that detangling process I just spent my time on. So I use an old t-shirt just to dry my hair, and I don't dry it to a dry state. I get it to more of a dampened state. I don't use a towel because it kind of dries your hair out in a bad way. And it really is like really rough and harsh on your hair strands, especially since they're wet. They're really fragile in that state. So now I'm just going to take that same wide tooth comb I used earlier. I cleaned it after having all that conditioner in it, of course. And I'm going to section my hair off again into 4 sections. And I'm going to use ponytail holders or hair ties to make them into small buns to help me keep it separated. And your parts for each section doesn't have to be straight. I just prefer a straighter part. So I like to start with the back sections of my hair, just because if they dry, I have the most trouble, working with them. So I try to get them done first while they're still very moist. And I'm going to take that oil moisturizer by Cream of Nature, and I'm going to work that into the entire section on the root and on the ends of the hair and get it really nice and saturated. And then next I'm going to work in some coconut oil. I'm just going to get some out the jar using the end of my comb. And I'm going to rub that together in my palms just to get it to melt and get that oil consistency. I'm going to rub that all over the section, primarily on the ends, just to get them really saturated. And then next I'm going to take some African shea butter, and I'm going to work that down in my hands to get it more of a cream texture. And I'm going to work that into the entire section, primarily on the ends as well, just to get those really saturated so that they're coated and healthy. And I know some people might think this is a lot of product, but my hair needs this because it sucks up any and everything that it does get, like it devours it. And what I just used there was the Lotta Body Moisturize Me Milk, and I worked that into the section primarily on the ends as again. If you don't want to use this much product, you definitely don't have to. It's just my hair dries out really fast. So now I'm going to take a hair tie, but before that I'm going to get out any tangled ends or anything like that I see, like any hair balls or single strand knots I see. I'm just going to try to get those out with the demoning brush, or you can use a comb. I just had the brush sitting there. So then I'm going to take a mixture of the coconut oil and of the African shea butter, and I'm going to mix those two together in my hand and use that to, I kept dropping it, and use that to help lay the foundation of my ponytail. And I'm just going to use that to help work my hair into a nice tight ponytail. Well, not tight, it's going to be semi-tight. I don't want it too tight because I don't want to put a lot of strain on my hair, because it is still wet and it is very fragile and that's at this moment. And then once I get that into a nice ponytail, I am just going to separate that ponytail into 2. And I'm going to pin up one side of the ponytail using a hair tie and just connect it to another section, just so that the hair is out of the way for the moment. Now I'm just going to take my comb and just comb out the ends of that ponytail just to make sure that there are no knots or tangles in there. And then I'm going to take just a teeny tiny bit of that Curls Blueberry Twist and Shout Cream, and I'm going to work that into the small section. And then I'm also going to add just a little bit more of the Oil Moisturizer by Cream of Nature. And then I'm going to braid this. And then when I get to the very ends of the braid, I'm just going to comb it out a little bit more just to make sure that there are no tangles again. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the African shea butter just so that it'll help my ends keep from unraveling. And then I'm going to repeat this on the next section of this ponytail until I get the entire head done. So now we are all done. I have a total of 8 braids in 4 sections, 2 braids in each section. Now the next few steps that we're going to do are totally optional. You can definitely leave it here if you're just washing and detangling your hair, but I am also going for a stretched hair as well, so I'm going to pin each section down. So for this next step, you can definitely use bobby pins, which is what I'm going to use, or you can use the rubber bands. I just prefer bobby pins just because it's easier for me. So we're going to take 1 bobby pin per section. You need just about 4. And you're just going to pin one side. You're going to go clockwise in meanings of your head, if that makes sense. You're just going to take the section on the far left side of your head and pin it to the right. The section on the right, you're going to pin it to the bottom right. The section on the bottom right, you're going to pin to the bottom left. And the bottom left section is going to be pinned to the top left section. So in the end result, you'll have a crown. And we are all done. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to allow this to sit in my head for about 1 day just to make sure that my hair is really dry. And I hope to see you guys next time.